Hello, everybody. I am live, and we have patch notes for season 21, Gone Fishing. So yeah, that's what we got. We've got let's see, who do we have in the chat? We have Christopher, and that's it. That's all we have. Just one person. Maybe we've got some lurkers. So yeah, we will get right into the patch notes. The update was on Steam. It actually came out pretty quick on Steam. So hey, Necrosis, welcome. Came out pretty quickly on Steam. So let's see. Let me just make sure everything's on screen as it's supposed to be. I had to play around with this a little bit because the patch notes were a little wider than I expected. Yeah, it should be good. My head may block a letter or two. Yeah, especially down there. But that's okay. We'll be fine. Four Kings and Patrick. Hello. Get a haircut? Nope, not yet. I'm due for one. Okay, so we've got, Gone Fishing release notes. Irradiated Appalachian waters now play host to a variety of different fish of different rarities. Remember, anywhere you can swim, you can fish. Renan, hello. Update highlights. Casting off, make your way over to the mire to start your fishing adventure. Mystery of the axolotl. Every month, an axolotl will be available to catch in 2 zones around Appalachia. So I guess every month they're trying to keep you coming back at least every month. So I don't know, we'll see. Little fishes. Hey, Drinks, welcome. Yes, I am on PC. Hello, everybody. All right, we are gonna just power through this. I haven't looked ahead, so I don't know how long it is. Local legends, big game awaits. Haul them in and show them off in your camp. Yeah, and that was a change they made. I don't know if that'll be in the notes, but the fish don't spoil, and I think that is so people can show them off on a display. Season 21, Gone Fishing, a brand new season with rewards that are fish-tacular. Okay, so here are the file sizes. On PC, we've got 15 gigabytes. Microsoft is 32. So on Steam, it's 15. Microsoft Store, it's 32.5. Xbox is 32.6. And PlayStation is 8.2. Wow, PlayStation. Talk about compression. Wow, nice. Oh, 15 gig. There you go. Casting off. New quest line. Okay. This says new quest line. Don't expect a new quest line. This is basically go to a location, talk to a guy, catch a fish, you're done. So this is not a quest line. That's such an exaggeration. Anyway, head over to Fisherman's Rest, a new location in the mire. Yeah, it's over by Valley Galleria. A new location in the mire where you'll begin your fishing journey. Here you'll meet a new trio of new characters. The disoriented Captain Raymond Clark, a mysterious new figure who goes by the name The Fisherman, and Linda Lee, the fisherman's adorable pet hermit crab. During the casting off quest line, it's not a quest. Okay. You'll receive a working fishing rod, allowing you to walk up to any body of water and start fishing. When deciding where you can fish, remember the mantra, if you can swim it, you can fish it. Swim in it, you can fish in it. Do note that fishing rod won't appear in your Pip-Boy menu, as it's not an item you need to equip. When you're standing next to and looking at a body of water, the fish command will appear on your screen. Fishing rod will show up in your Tinker's Workbench menu, so you can modify it though. Yeah, so the fishing rod is basically like an extension of the player. I mean, it's just kind of a thing that you have wherever, but it won't show up in your inventory. But yeah, Tinker's Workbench is where you do upgraded reels, stuff like that. Oh, okay. Upgrading your fishing rod. You can find the pieces needed to upgrade your fishing rod by completing the new fishing challenges and daily fishing quests. These will reward you with rod styles, bobbers, and linear reels to fine-tune your fishing experience and help you catch the mysterious creatures living in the irradiated waters of the wasteland. It's important to know that some fish will be near impossible to catch until you upgrade your fishing rod. So get out there and complete these fishing challenges. I wouldn't say near impossible. Some things are impossible without upgraded rod. So yeah, Nautical Stew, hello. Calling your next, yeah, basically it's like, yeah, go to the water cooler. It's a quest. Catching fish, bait, and weather. You can have the best looking fishing rod in Appalachia, but it won't help you catch any fish if you're not using bait. There are 3 types of bait to gather, and each one increases your chance of enticing rare fish to bite down on your hook. Common bait gives you a chance to catch generic fish, scrappable junk, common regional fish. Common bait is purchasable from the Fisherman and Captain Raymond Clark in Fisherman's Rest. You also have a chance to receive this bait after completing the daily fishing quest. Pardon me. Improved bait. This bait gives you an increased chance of catching uncommon fish. While it's not purchasable from any vendor, you can trade improved bait with other players. You can also get more from the daily fishing quest, public events, and finding it in lootable containers around the world. I think quests will probably be the number one source of that. Hello, Bazukovich. Do we know when the update will go live? No. Usually it's a couple hours, but we don't know. Superb bait. Earnable as season rewards in season 21. This gives you the best chance to catch very rare fish. I don't love this, but yeah, superb bait is going to be very limited. It's going to be on the season board, and that's it. So, and it's one of those things that if you claim it early, don't use it because it'll be a waste if you haven't upgraded your fishing rod as well. So yeah, you want to make sure you save that for when you've got an upgraded rod. Wrath of John, hello. Weather. Weather also influences your odds of catching specific types of fish. Naturally occurring weather, as well as modified weather from a weather control station in your camp, will affect the type of fish that bite down on your hook. Clear weather, best suited for catching common fish that can be found in any region. Rainy weather has an increased chance of catching region-specific fish, as well as the elusive axolotls. And as far as the rainy stuff, so you can use the weather stations in your camp. Hey, Jules, you can use the weather stations in your camp if your camp is by a body of water, and the weather station that you have can actually have an effect on that. And so if you have like a storm, like a thunderstorm or snow, that actually will count for rainy. At least that's my understanding. Let's see. Radstorm nuke weather. Radstorms and weather caused by nukes increase the chance of catching glowing fish. We'll leave it to you all to figure out which combination of bait and weather will give you the highest chance of helping you find the fish you want. Yeah, basically trial and error, experimentation. Wicked Pumpkin, hello, hello. Let's see. Food and more adventures. Now that you've captured a few fish, what can you do with them? Of course, you can eat them directly out of your inventory to restore some hunger and health. The larger the fish, the more you'll gain. You can also turn fish into fish bits. When you obtain a fish by fishing or trading with players, you immediately learn the recipe to convert that fish into fish bits at a cooking station. Fish bits can restore small amounts of hunger or health on their own, but that's not the best way to utilize this new material. When at a cooking station, you'll notice a new food recipe. The grilled fish recipe becomes available after completing the main fishing quest line. When eaten, it provides you with an effect that reduces the time to hook a fish for 20 minutes, which is perfect because you're about to do a whole lot of fishing. Yeah, because the way fishing works is you basically cast your line. I mean, it's like real life, right? You cast your line and you wait, and after some amount of time, you get a tug on the line and you have a little mini game. And using the grilled fish means that time between, the time between is shortened. Completing fishing daily quests will give you a chance to earn other food recipes that utilize fish bits, such as fish and potatoes and fish chowder. There's one other location where you can use fish bits. If you feed Linda Lee fish bits, she'll give you a random legendary item. Just don't ask where it came from. Now, my experience with this is she did not give me a legendary item every time. Maybe I don't know. I mean, I was getting, sometimes I would, sometimes I wouldn't. So at least to me, it didn't seem like a good legendary farm. Grilled fish makes you a better hooker. There you go. Radioactive vegans still get benefit. I think anybody gives you, I think that's good for anybody. I don't remember. It's been a lot. I mean, I hadn't engaged in fishing for a couple of months on the PTS, so I don't remember. And I only tried it as a carnivore. So I don't know. I'm not sure. I would assume, but I don't know. Let's see here. Time to explore. With the addition of fishing, there is now a lot of aquatic life for you to find. Common fish can be found across the map, but there are a ton of region-specific fish to discover along with their glowing variants. There are also 12 adorable axolotls to find. One of these glorious amphibians will be available for you to catch every month throughout the year. Keep an eye on our social channels for hints on whether they're located every month. Lastly, local legends. These are the fish you'll be bragging about catching. That's all we'll say about them for now. Flaunting the catch. Completing fishing challenges and dailies will reward you with new camp items along with upgrades for your fishing rod. One of these items is a curved fish display, so you can now show off that rare local legend or axolotl you were able to catch. And then there's a video. If anyone wants to watch a video, can I copy the link? Hang on. Let's see. Paste. Oh, there we go. All right. So here, if someone wants to watch this later or whenever, there's that. I don't know that that's new, though. I think that was already there. Yeah. All right. Grilled fish makes you, yeah, okay. We saw that already. Let's see here. We've got, watch the trailer above and head over. I think this is the rewards. Okay. So will be turned in. Oh, how about this? Oh, this is awesome. Okay. This is new. I didn't know about this. Starting today, unused season tickets will be turned into gold bullion when the next season starts. This retroactively applies to your unused tickets from the previous 3 seasons. Oh, that's cool. When you log in after today's update, you'll be greeted with a message asking you to confirm the transfer of gold bullion to your character's inventory. If you're not sure you have the space, deny the transfer and check your character. The next time you launch the game, you'll be greeted with the same message. Well, that's awesome. That's actually nice. So the tickets actually don't go to waste. And it says for the last 3 seasons. So yeah, any unused tickets you had, get some gold. That's cool. Something you can use. Nuka Knights has a... Oh, okay, for the thing. Oh, that's cool. Let's see here. Possibly 9 bears. Yes. They need to introduce a dried fish skin for the board. Oh, wow. Combat balance. Okay, here we go. A year-in update. Oh, they're going to update us on the... Okay, cool. Here we go. Last year, we kicked off a long-term combat rebalancing project with Skyline Valley Update, which was June, right? I think that was a year ago. We started the work wanting to make sure combat felt interesting and engaging. Most, if not all, weapons felt satisfying to use. All builds and weapons should have a reasonable amount of viability. Manual aim should be satisfying and effective while still allowing VATs to perform well in specialized builds. Majority of players should have an opportunity to participate in group content. Reduce the need for tag the mob playstyles. With the changes made so far, we've seen significant improvement in the variety of ranged weapons being used. There are also fewer difficulty spikes in early to mid-game locations, which makes the leveling experience smoother for our newer players. Build diversity has also increased as we see people exploring the new opportunities that the perk card changes have provided. While we've already made significant progress, the next few updates will include a few larger and more impactful changes and represent the culmination of much of the balancing work we've done. This gives us a solid new foundation for the future content we have planned. After these updates, we plan on slowing down to let things settle and evaluate how things shake out. That's cool. That's kind of nice for them to let us know. You don't want to fish? Not even in the slightest? I liked it. I mean, I had no interest in fishing, and I actually thought it was fun, so I would definitely give it a try, and you still may not like it, but combat balance. All right, here we go. Harpoon gun. Base damage has increased from 175 to 245. The barb mod range now matches base weapon and bleed length lasts 15 seconds. Damage per tick has also increased as well. Yeah, barbed is, oh, not barbed, it's flechettes. Flechette mod. Range now matches the base weapon and flechettes now get a 20% buff to damage. Yeah, flechettes I think is the way to go on the harpoon gun. Reload speed increased by 10%. Ammo capacity increased from 1 to 3. Delay between shots now increased by 25%. Crit multiplier increased from 2 to 2.5. Sneak multiplier, I tried sneaking with it. It didn't go so well. From 2 to 2.25. Weight decreased from 16 to 14. Yeah, the harpoon gun actually felt pretty nice. Pretty nice. Oh yeah, with gold bullion, yeah, after a while, you reach a point where it's like, I mean, but you can at least get something. I mean, even if it's just lunch boxes or perfect bubble gum or whatever, it's better than tickets just vanishing with nothing. So I mean, it's nice. It's nice. I mean, I don't know what else they would give us. So other than maybe letting your tickets carry forward, like if I had a handful of tickets and I didn't use them, having them carry to the next season, I would think would be a good use as well. So keeping the server down until noon, we don't know. They don't tell us. They're down. It's down until the update is finished. Adjusted the out of range damage multiplier for the following weapons. These weapons now keep more of their damage for longer ranges. Yeah, it's actually pretty nice on some of these. It's noticeable. So we have the black powder, pistol, rifle, combat shotgun, crossbow, double barrel shotgun, cold shoulder, Gauss shotgun, pump action shotgun. All of those weapons, before when they went out of range, they would lose 90% of their damage. Now they're going to lose half their damage when they're out of range. And so for something like a shotgun that has a really short range, that's very noticeable because instead of having half your or 90% of your damage go away, it's only half. So this is pretty nice. Laura, hello. Where are the patch notes? Hang on. There you go. There's the patch notes. Let's see here. Let's see what else we have. So then we have these other ones. We have Pepper Shaker, Pipe Bolt Action, Pipe Gun, and Pipe Revolver. Their range drop off. Okay, so their damage drop off goes from 75% to 50%. So all of these weapons out of range will do a lot better. Lowered the base AP cost for the following weapons. Alien Disintegrator goes from 25 to 17. Handmade Rifle goes from 32 to 16. Assault Rifle 32 to 17, Combat Rifle 25 to 15, Fixer 25 to 16, Radium Rifle 25 to 16, Submachine Gun 35 to 15, Tesla Rifle 30 to 17, that's nice, V63 Carbine 40 to 30. Increase the base damage for the following weapons. Pepper Shaker will be OP. I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't think I tried the Pepper Shaker on the PTS. I didn't try everything. I tried a lot of things, but there was so many. Not only was there a lot of changes in terms of weapons and whatever, but in terms of with all the perk card changes as well, there was a lot of things to test. I mean, sometimes it would be the weapon. Sometimes, I mean, then it would be which direction do I want to go with the perks? So there's a lot still to play with. Alien Disintegrate. Let's see. What is this? Oh, this is base damage increase. Okay. And this is at maximum level. Alien Disintegrator goes from 40 to 66. Handmade goes from 45 to 52. Assault Rifle goes from 33 to 66. However, when the rate of fire goes down with the Assault Rifle. And it says when semi-automatic, but even when automatic, it's still reduced as well. If you have a handmade rifle and assault rifle, and they're both automatic, the assault rifle or the handmade rifle is like 20% faster fire rate. And that goes for the Fixer and the combat rifle as well. Combat rifle goes from 40 to 53. Fixer is 40 to 59. The Fixer no longer has an additional 20% damage bonus over the combat rifle. Radium rifle goes from 37 physical and 15 radiation to 42 physical, 17 radiation. Submachine gun goes from 29 to 47. That's a decent bump. Railway goes from 95 to 112. Laser goes from 44 to 72. Ultrasight laser doubles, 40 to 80. Now fires 4 shots a second when semi-automatic instead of 5. So that's what they do, is they'll jump some of the weapons up quite a bit, but then they cut the fire rate down a little bit. Yeah. Let's see, where are we at? I lose track. I look over at the chat for 1 second. Oh, there we go. Plasma gun goes from 29 and 29 to 39, 39. Not massive. Enclave plasma goes from 32, 32 to 57, 57. Okay, so that's a pretty decent boost, because this is what, about a third? Yeah, that's about a third damage, and that is that's more than 50%. Okay. 10 mil SMG goes from 34 to 42. Combat shotgun 97 to 150. That's a decent bump. Tesla rifle 78 to 112. Lever action goes from 88 to 133. Double barrel shotgun 140 to 204. Now it fires 2.5 times per second instead of 3.5 times. So, all right. So a little bit slower fire rate, but a lot more damage. Cold shoulder goes from 91 between physical cryo to 122. I tested on the PTS. It feels really good. Fires 2.5, so it's a double barrel. So same fire rate adjustment. Hunting rifle 140 to 171. Gauss, and the hunting rifle got a bump the last season as well. Or was it maybe it was the mid-season update? Hunting rifle already got a little bit of a boost. So this is the second bump for that, and it actually feels very nice. Gauss pistol 115 to 218. Plasma weapons are the new meta. Aren't they the old meta? There's no change to bows. That'll be the summer update. Bows will be part of the next update. Let's see. Gauss rifle 146 to 279. Yeah, Gauss rifle basically doubled. So it's doing really nice. But it lost a bit on the uncharged damage, which is 33% instead of 50. But the 33 is actually a higher. Like the 33 now is higher than the previous 50 because of the damage boost. So that's still good. Gauss shotgun 187 to 285. Now deals 30, same thing, uncharged damage. So all of these, the Gauss weapons, the uncharged damage is 33% of full damage instead of 50%. V63 carbine goes from 44 to 59. Pump action shotgun goes from 102 to 172. That's a 70%, nice. Pipe bolt action goes 94 to 150. Pipe revolver, which is really nice as well, 85 to 140. Pipe gun 28 to 42. Doesn't feel all that different, at least it didn't to me. Pepper shaker 75 to 95. Now the pepper shaker is a heavy gun, so I would expect the pepper shaker to get another boost when the heavy guns are adjusted with the next update. So pepper shaker is kind of in one of those in-between spots at the moment. Black powder rifle goes from 217 to 449, so it doubles its base damage. So yeah, it's pretty nice. Dragon goes to 255 to 541, another double. There we go. Some nice damage boosts here. Falling weapons no longer receive an AP cost reduction from their automatic receivers. Alien Disintegrator, Handmade Rifle, Assault Rifle, Combat Rifle, Fixer, Radium Rifle, Submachine Gun. Yeah, basically if a weapon can be made automatic and semi-automatic, you no longer, because the previous way it was done was you once you made it automatic, AP would be cut in half. That no longer happens. So it'll result in a slight AP increase for some things, or for most of these things, I guess. Adjusted the base critical attack bonuses for the following weapons. So they go either from 2 to, they either go up like 0.25 or 0.5 or 0.75. Oh no, even a full amount. Yeah. So Alien Disintegrator, basically all rifles. Alien Disintegrator, handmade rifle, assault rifle, combat rifle, radium rifle, Tesla rifle, gamma gun, railway rifle. Oh, gamma gun. Gamma gun actually went down because it was an adjustment. Yeah, gamma gun actually goes from critical bonus goes from 2.75 to 2.5. Interesting. All the other ones go up. Laser gun, 2 to 2.5. Ultrasight, plasma gun, or ultrasight laser, and then the plasma gun. Enclave plasma gun, submachine gun, 10 millimeter SMG. These are smaller increases. These are 2.5 here and 2.25. Lever action and the hunting rifle, they go from 2 to 3 though, and the Gauss rifle as well. So these single are the weapons that are only semi-automatic. They get some big boost there. At least the rifles. Double barrel shotgun goes up a little bit. Gauss shotgun, V63 carbine, pump action shotgun. All right. So yeah, the big winners here are the hunting rifle, Gauss rifle, and lever action with critical damage. Adjusted the base sneak attack damage for the following weapons, and it's the same numbers. So it's the same weapons, and it's the same percentages. Yeah, so it's the same exact same weapon list, and it's the same numbers as well. So again, the big winners: lever action, hunting rifle, and the Gauss rifle. Their sneak multiplier goes from 2 to 3, so pretty nice. Fixer getting, Fixer's 2.75. Isn't this the same here? Fixer, wait. I'm not seeing the Fixer. The Fixer didn't have its sneak damage adjusted? I wonder if that's a oversight. Yeah, the Fixer's not in here. It's not for the base critical damage. So the Fixer gets a big sneak bonus, but the base critical damage. I wonder if it's using the combat rifle. I don't know. I mean, the Fixer's not in this list for the critical bonus, so maybe it didn't change, or maybe it was left off the list. Fixer does get at least a sneak. Yeah. Gamma gun. Gamma gun got an increase. Yeah, so it's not okay. So it's not exactly the same. But yeah, the Fixer got okay. Okay. Automatic receivers for semi-automatic weapons now have the following. Here we go. 20% reduction in critical attack damage. So all of these numbers, you have to adjust them. If you make them automatic, 20% less for critical damage, 20% less for sneak damage, and 30% reduction in base damage instead of the 10% additive reduction in, yeah. So, I mean, they're basically the same before. Now it's 30% less. So it's a big difference. Been saving assault rifles to roll. You're very excited. Nice. Fixer is combat rifle in the list. I'm not really sure because Fixer is broken out separately here, right? And then here, I think it was just left off the list. I mean, my guess is it's the same for the critical damage, that the Fixer's the same as the combat rifle, because most of these are 2 to 2.5, or 2 to 2.25. But it doesn't say. So either it didn't get adjusted at all, which I find hard to believe. I think the most likely thing is it was just it was left off. It was just an oversight. Either way, it's not some massive number that's going to be a big, so I'm not sure. Combat shotgun automatic receivers. I never use these that way. No longer increase AP cost by 10%. Now has a 30% increase in attack speed, up from 10%. Okay, so maybe it's worth using. The attack speed is pretty low though, because I think it's like 20 to 22, between semi and full. So that would make it up to like 26 or something. That's still not, I don't know. Maybe I'll have to try it. Now has a 10% reduction to base damage, critical attack damage, and sneak damage if you make it an automatic. Oh, and then we have melee weapons. These were supposed to happen in a previous update, and then they were reverted by mistake, and now we're getting the damage bonuses back. So there's that. Felt better. You think 50% would have been the sweet spot for what? You mean for the automatic on the combat rifle? Maybe I'll have to try it out. I tried one, in the past. I haven't tried it on the PTS, but I tried one in the past and you couldn't tell any difference because it's like nothing. So, I mean, 10% of 20 is 2. An extra 2 fire rate isn't something you'll typically notice. Okay, so here's the melee weapons. I'm not going to read the numbers because this was an old update and it was reverted by mistake, and so they're doing it back in. So, but the Assaultron blade, baseball bat, baton, bare arm, blade of bastet, board, bone club. Oh, is this every melee weapon? Bone hammer, Bowie knife, boxing glove, cattle prod, Chinese officer sword. Jeez, and the thing is, melee weapons are going to get updated next update. Like this, that's what's going to happen as well. So anyway. Combat knife, cultist blade, cultist dagger, death tambo, death claw gauntlet, electro enforcer, fire axe, gauntlet, golf club, grognak axe, guitar sword, gulper smacker, hatchet, knuckles, lead pipe, machete, meat hook. So it's a list of just every. It's just a list of every single. Although it's not the auto one. So is the auto axe in here? So it's like the non-auto one. So it's basically all the weapons that are not. What about to have death claw? Yeah, so it's basically all of the weapons that are not the auto melee weapons, right? Because I'm not seeing what's the other one? I mean, like chainsaw's not in here. Okay, so just the non-auto melee weapons. But this is from an old, like this was updated before, and then for whatever reason, I think it was the December update that undid the change, and it was just now fixed, is what it was. Tesla bracers. Yeah, Tesla bracers are great. So yeah, the melee weapons, the buff that was supposed to happen, that did happen a while ago and then was undone, has been put back. But I think all of these numbers are going to get adjusted again with the next update anyway. Minigun, no, it's next update will be, so the next update will be heavy guns, melee and unarmed, and bows and throwables. So that'll get touched with the summer update, with the September update. All right. Weapon mod adjustments, plasma gun changes, plasma gun mod changes. Remove the cone of fire increase on plasma gun sniper rifles, which means it'll be a tighter shot, I think. Remove the action point reduction on plasma gun standard and bruising grip mods. Plasma gun flamer mods now reduce action point cost by 10. You can actually get a plasma flamer with reduced AP cost and whatever. You can actually get down pretty low. I think I had one at like 3 or something on the PTS. It was been a while ago that I tested it, but you can actually get it pretty low. Let's see, Gatling plasma beam splitter mod adjustments. Fire rate, I would not run a Gatling plasma this way. Fire rate reduction instead of a 20% less fire rate, it's 35% less fire rate. Damage bonus is 20% to 35%. Cone of fire and recoil increase, so a bigger spread. Range reduced. Projectile count goes from 4 to 5. Ammo capacity reduced by 50%. AP cost increased by 50%. So I guess the way this is supposed to be used is with number cruncher, and I don't know. I haven't really tried the Gatling. I mean, I tried one once, and yeah, I was not amazed. Well, we'll find out. The servers are still down. As far as conductors go, it's weaker. I mean, that's what I'll say. Conductors will be weaker than it was before. It's different. It's a different animal. Remove the AP cost increase on the following mods: light machine gun, standard barrel, prime receivers, Tesla automatic barrel. Yeah, the light machine gun AP cost came down a little bit. Remove the energy damage decrease on the following mods: Tesla automatic barrel. So that means Tesla automatic will actually do the same damage as a semi-automatic, I guess, is what that means. Plasma and Enclave plasma gun splitter mod adjustments. The fire rate has been reduced by 35%. The range was reduced. Ammo capacity was reduced. Damage bonus goes up to 35%. Cone of fire is reduced. Recoil is reduced. And the AP cost, instead of being plus 100%, it's only plus 50%, which is kind of too bad. This was actually really fun. I mean, it probably still will be, but I tested it on the PTS before they did any of this stuff, and it was amazing. So it'd be kind of interesting to see what it's like with all these adjustments. Plasma and Enclave plasma gun flamer mod adjustments. Ammo capacity set to 300, increased by 400%. For base plasma gun, this would result in 150 capacity. That's such a confusing way. Set 300 to, yeah, anyway. Yeah, basically your plasma flamer is now going to hold 300 or is going to hold 150 instead of 300. So remove the 40% damage bonus. All right. Plasma and Enclave plasma gun automatic mod adjustments. Removed increase to cone of fire. Removed increase to AP cost. Removed 10% ammo capacity. Yeah, these are actually pretty nice VATS weapons. Now I played with an Enclave plasma pistol, an automatic pistol, and AP cost was, 7, I think, with reduced AP cost legendary effects. So yeah, very good for staying in VATS now. Base damage adjustment for the following weapon. Gatling Plasma goes from, goes down a little bit. 35 physical and energy to 31 physical and energy. I was not aware of that, or if I was aware, I forgot about it. So Gatling Plasma gets a little bit. The thing is, the Gatling Plasma now will be you can benefit from the science card as well. So, I mean, where it wasn't before because it affects just all energy damage. So you'll be able to actually get more damage. The Gatling Plasma is going to be stronger depending on your build than it was before, even though it's getting a little bit of a reduction. Removed an unintended additional damage bonus on the following mods for the Western Revolver. Damage removed from these mods was already accounted for with prior base damage increases. Calibrated Receiver, Vicious Receiver, Severe Receiver, and Refined Receiver. Yeah, I think these were all messed up and they were giving like the wrong damage amounts, so they should be properly working now. Miscellaneous, we haven't even gotten to the perk card changes yet. Wow. Miscellaneous combat changes. Fix an issue where the automatic receiver for the assault rifle and ultrasight laser gun didn't include the fire rate decrease seen in their semi-automatic variants. Reduce the maximum cone of fire for the Gatling Plasma, so it should be tighter. So I think the Gatling Plasma is actually going to be better for manual aim. It's already really good, but it should be better for manual aim. Also, reduce recoil for Gatling Plasma. Yeah, so Gatling Plasma should just be a lot easier to control and have a tighter concentration of fire. Let's see here. Added missing text for sneak attack damage when modifying weapons. Re-implemented melee weapon damage adjustments that were missing in the Gleaming Depths update. For reference, those changes are listed below. Actually, they were listed above, right? Oh no, here we go. Reduce the damage from the auto axe, 31 to 24. Yeah, this happened before, and I guess it was reverted. So yeah, the auto axe should go back to where it was. Adjust the damage of this Y-hander from 85-45 to 64-64. Adjusted the non-VATS aiming behavior for the submachine gun. Yeah, the submachine gun supposedly is a lot easier to aim out of VATS. I didn't try it, but it's a lot less recoil. So yeah. They want to change the Gatling Plus. I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean, we still have to wait and see because heavy guns is coming next, right? That'll be the next update. And then we'll see really what's intended. Well, the auto axe was already adjusted. I mean, this happened before and then it got accidentally reverted. So it was like this before and it's still stupid strong. I mean, they could cut the auto axe in half and it would still be stupid strong. Railway rifle AP cost increased from 15 to 17. No idea why they did that. Ultrasight laser gun AP cost increased from 14 to 17. Submachine gun armor piercing receiver no longer has an extra 40% armor penetration in addition to the intended 20% armor penetration. So that's going to be slightly weaker. Increased durability for most weapons. So stuff should wear out slower. Fix an issue where the multi-shot canister and quad legendary mods for the broadsider would result in additional reload animation. Yeah, so now you'll be able to, when you reload a broadsider that's quad or multi-shot, one reload will put everything back into it, which is nice. Fix an issue where the black powder pistol, blunderbuss, black powder rifle, and dragon would repeat their reload animations for each ball when these weapons had the quad legendary effect. Same thing as I just said about the broadsider applies there. Increase the delay after firing for the black powder pistol, blunderbuss, black powder rifle from half a second to 1 second. It's still fine. It's nice. I mean, the fact that you can use a quad with one reload, that's fine. This only applies when using the quad legendary mod. Right, because other than that, you're reloading. Increase the delay after firing from the dragon from half a second to 1.5 seconds. This only applies when using quad. Yeah, that one, I mean, the dragon already has a crazy long reload, and so if you have quad, you have to wait 1.5 seconds between shots, which you kind of notice it. So notes are huge. Yes, I mean, we haven't even gotten to the perk card yet. I mean, the perks are going to be part of this too. And I did this voluntarily. How about that? Limb damage and crippling changes, which is why I'm not interacting with the chat very much because I would never get through the notes. Limb damage and crippling changes. We are making changes to the way the enemy limbs are affected by various effects. The mods, perks, and weapons mentioned below previously had a chance to instantly cripple a target, but now they deal a percentage increase to the amount of limb damage dealt. We expect that these changes will make most enemies easier to cripple while making limb damage more consistent and predictable. And I would say, yes, they achieved that on both of those counts. It will also result in making crippling enemies like region bosses more difficult, requiring more focused fire. That I don't know. I didn't do any region bosses on the PTS. These changes will also allow us to remove cripple immunity from many creatures and leverage limb and crippling in more engaging ways moving forward. I like it so far. What I've sampled from this, I like it a lot. I like the way that they've done that. Limb perk changes. Bashers. Gun bashing does plus 35% limb damage at rank 1, 75% at rank 2. Enforcer, your shotguns gain a 5% stagger chance and deal 25% limb damage, and that goes up to 10 and 50, 15, and 75 at rank 3. Modern Renegade. Oh, geez, sorry, my nose is really itchy. Small guns gain plus 15% hipfire accuracy and plus 25% limb damage at rank 1. Goes up to 45% and 75% at rank 3. And this, and notice this is, okay, so here's a question I have. So right here, I think this is a typo. I hope this is a typo. So on the PTS, Enforcer was applying to heavy guns. It wasn't applying to just shotguns. It was actually applying to all heavy guns, or all, not heavy guns, small guns. So yeah, Enforcer was, I'm pretty sure Enforcer was, all right, I gotta check something here. Real quick, I need to look at something. Real quick. Oh, it's not showing in that picture. Darn it, I had a picture of it, but that's fine. I was pretty sure that the that Enforcer was actually, I'm pretty sure Enforcer was working for small guns. So I think this is a typo, but I'm not positive on that. Small guns, Modern Renegade, 15% hipfire accuracy and 25% limb damage, goes up to 45 and 75 at rank 3. One gun army, heavy guns gain a 4% stagger chance and plus 25% limb damage at rank 1. That goes up to 12% and 75% at rank 3. Tormentor, move from luck to perception. Luck to perception. You deal 20% more damage per crippled limp your target has. The point cost goes from 1 to 2, and there's only one rank of it. So it's a rank 2 card all the time. Bone Shatterer, your melee attacks deal plus 25% limb damage at rank 1, goes up to 75% at rank 3. Mutations. Twisted Muscles, standard plus 25% melee, unarmed, and bashing damage, and plus 50% limb damage. With strange in numbers, that's 35% melee damage, unarmed and bashing damage, and plus 62% limb damage. I do too. The hard part is if you only want to do, like, if you're running 1 point of a thing before and they got rid of that 1 point option, that kind of sucks. So it depends on what you're doing. Some cases it's nice, some cases it's annoying. These weapons now all have plus 50% limb damage instead of a chance to cripple: the Black Powder Rifle, the Bone Hammer, and the Dragon. These weapon mods now have plus 50% limb damage instead of a chance to cripple the target. So we have the baseball bat with the bladed rocket, heated rocket, puncturing rocket, searing puncturing rocket, and the spiked rocket. The bare-armed heavy mod, boxing glove lead lined, heavy club and spiked club for the golf club, heavy lead pipe, extra heavy and heavy wrench, heavy for the sheep squatch club and sheep squatch staff. Blah. Sledgehammer, heavy rocket, heavy searing sharp rocket, heavy sharp rocket, heavy spiked rocket, and the salty tenderizer mod. Will Bone Shatterer work with automatic melee weapons? I don't know. I mean, it says melee, right? So, I mean, I haven't used Bone Shatterer. I mean, it says melee weapons. I'm assuming it does, but I don't know. I don't know the exclusions on that if there is one. Everything should be additive, I believe. All I know is if you stack all these limb damage cards, you cripple things very quickly. Let's see. Enemies no longer immune to crippling. Let's see. Oh yeah, okay. So we have Grimbot, Dr. Blackburn, Sheep Squatch, Imposter Ling, Imposter Sheep Squatch, Blue Devil, Agua, Jersey Devil, Lesser Devil, Trog, Fledgling, Glowing Trog. I didn't know these were immune to cripple. Glowing Trog Superior, Strangler Grafton Monster, Cultists and Daily Ops, Fanatics, Overgrown, Aliens and Daily Ops, Robots, Blood Eagles, Mole Miners, Communists, Scorched, and so all the Daily Ops enemies can now be crippled. Well, that's cool. That's actually kind of nice. Yeah, the nuke bosses aren't listed here. So yeah, but I think they could be crippled before. I don't think they were, I don't think the nuke bosses were crippled, I don't think they were immune to crippling already, because the Scorch Beast Queen, you have to be able to cripple her limb to get her to land. So limb damage on weapons is amazing. I mean, if you spec a character for limb damage, it's incredibly powerful. I mean, I've started doing that on my commando character. What I'll be doing is switching from that. I'll be probably removing the onslaught cards and replacing it with limb damage cards because it was so strong. And frankly, against most enemies, you don't need the extra damage anyway from that. So yeah, perks. We're removing perk requirements from crafting. Since you already need to have learned the plan, we feel that requiring you to change your perk loadout to craft is cumbersome. Yep, they're right about that. Ghoul perks are no longer able to be picked when leveling up as a human. Human-specific perks are no longer able to be picked when leveling up as a ghoul. When leveling up, perk cards now sort alphabetically in all languages, updated the loading screen tips for perks, added a help entry for kill streak, which is what's used by the adrenaline perk and adrenal reaction. Fireproof. I don't even know what does that even mean? What is this? How is this the thing? Fireproof. They're not. Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, there's a little bit of formatting here. Fireproof no longer required to make the flamethrower trap. Home defense workshop traps no longer require home defense to make. All right, so nice. So they're making crafting a little bit easier. Renamed perks. All right, here we go. They renamed Science to Science with an exclamation point. Science Expert is Pyrotechnical. Science Master is Cryologist. Rifleman is Downranger. Rifleman Expert is Scoped Up. Rifleman Master is Smart Shot. Commando is Center Masochist. Commando Expert is Fast Fighter. Commando Master is Number Cruncher. Shotgunner is Easy Target. Shotgunner Expert is Love the Spread. Shotgun Master is Shotgun Champ. Perk balancing. Armor reduced. Oh, so Armorer, we're missing a couple of letters here, was reduced to this formatting is bananas. Okay. Reduced to, let's see, Armorer reduced to a single rank. Yeah, I think it's rank. Is it a 1-point card? I don't remember because you don't really need it for you don't need it for crafting. So I'm not really sure. Let's see. Powersmith reduced to a single rank. Slow Metabolizer. Rank 1, all food satisfies hunger by additional 50%. Rank 2, it's 100%. Does anybody run that card? Remove rank 3. Dromedary. Oh, the format. Okay, this is this formatting is making my eyes hurt. Dromedary. Rank 1, all drinks quench thirst by an additional 50%. Rank 2, 100%. Again, does anyone run that card? Remove rank 3. Hydrofix. Chems restore thirst. Chems restore twice as much thirst at rank 2. Munchie resistance. Chems restore hunger. Chems restore twice as much hunger. Chem Fiend. Any chems you take last 100% longer. Point cost increased from ranks 1 to 2. Okay, so they made this a 1. Yeah, and so they got rid of ranks 2 and 3. It's a 2-point for that. So that's, I guess, an improvement if you're running rank 3. Travel Agent, you can fast travel over encumbered at an increased cost. Yeah, and it can actually go up, I think, to like 10 times the cost, depending on how far you're going. Depending on not how far you're going, on how over encumbered you are is what it is. Kill Streak. Well, it'll be they said they added a help menu to help Kill Streak, and we don't know yet. But Kill Streak is what it uses. It tracks it's adrenaline. It's the adrenaline tracker. So every time you kill an enemy, it adds to that streak, and it refreshes every time you kill an enemy. It lasts for 30 seconds, but that 30-second timer refreshes every time you kill another enemy, and it maxes out at 10. So it's used by Kill Streak is used by adrenaline and the reworked adrenal reaction. 6,000 cal. It might be Dylan. I don't remember. That's not one I tested. Because it's not one I tested. Because the thing is, there's always like some place that's free. Because here's the thing about that. Like if you go to some place that's free, because it multiplies the cost. So say you want to go to the White Spring, it costs you nothing, even if you're over encumbered. So yes. If you're still under the weight limit, it doesn't do anything. It does. Fast travel does nothing, or travel, I don't think it does anything. I think all it does is let you travel while over encumbered. I don't think because I think they reduced the fast travel costs in general. I think that was part of the thing, but it wasn't mentioned. So I don't think that card gives you a discount anymore. All it does is it's an over encumbered one, I think. But again, it wasn't one I tested. Let's see. Evade now costs AP and no longer has a cooldown. Gain 5% chance to evade. Point costing. Wait, what's this? Oh, dodgy. Okay, sorry. Yeah, the formatting this is hard. I missed something. Okay, here we go. Dodgy. Rank 1. Evade now costs AP and no longer has a cooldown. Gain a 5% chance to evade. Well, isn't that great? I mean, doesn't that make dodgy better? Or not? A plus 5%. I mean, because that was the thing. They changed it and gave it a cooldown. And now it's a 2-point card, I think. I'm not sure. I'd have to test that. AP cost is 10 times the cooldown time. Cooldown scales with, wait, it says there's no longer, this doesn't make any sense. AP cost is 10 times the cooldown time. Cooldown scales with damage avoided, meaning higher damage attacks cost more AP to avoid. If you would not have enough AP to pay for the evade, it cannot occur. So does that mean that whatever the cooldown time would have been, they're translating that and using AP as a way to calculate? I'm not quite sure what that means. So I guess there's no cooldown and the AP cost is really high and the cooldown. See, this says there's no cooldown and the cooldown scales with damage avoided, right? So no longer has a cooldown right there. But then it says the cooldown scales with damage avoided right there. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what this means. I'm not sure what this means. But it says no longer has a cooldown, and then it talks about the cooldown. So it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So I don't know. I don't understand. This is something I'd have to test, to be honest, and I haven't. So we're just gonna go over it. But it's just a rank 1. Point cost increased to 2. Oh, sorry. There's a lot of patch notes. Let's see. AP cost. Okay, so Dodgy was changed and it needs testing. How about that? Adrenaline, though. Rank 1. It's a 2-point card now. It says rank 1, but it's a 2-point card. Gain 10% damage for 30 seconds per kill. Duration refreshes with kills, which is what the kill streak tracks. And it's on the lower right-hand corner. I think it's the rightmost little thing. It's like a little skull icon. Let's see here. Yeah. Patch notes are a vicious attack. Well, and the formatting is terrible. Like trying to, that's making it worse too. Okay, so Science now is a rank 1 card. It's a 2-point, increase from 1 to 2. Increased energy damage based on your intelligence. And then Pyrotechnic, that was the Science Expert. That's the same thing. It's fire damage based on your intelligence. It's a 2-point card as well. And Cryologist is cryo damage based on your intelligence. And the cost is 2 points as well. And these look at the damage type, not on the weapon type. So now if your weapon does energy damage, it doesn't matter what kind of weapon it is. If it does energy damage, Science will increase the damage for it. So there we go. Yeah, okay. Okay. Let's see. So Makeshift Warrior. Melee weapons break 40% slower, and that goes up to 80% slower with rank 3, and they got rid of ranks 4 and 5. Gunsmith. They got rid of ranks 4 and 5, and now at maximum rank your gun. So yeah, basically rank 3 will do what rank 5 did before. So that's pretty nice. Better formatting. Oh, you mean a Reddit? No, it's fine. Sounds like a nerf. I have no idea. I really don't know. I'd have to, I don't know. I'd have to test it to see. And I don't really run any low health characters, so I wouldn't be able to do a before and after comparison. I'd just be able to say if it's good or not. Let's see. White Knight moved from agility to intelligence. And I guess there's no other changes with that. Intelligence is getting crowded. Downranger, so this was Rifleman. You do 10% range damage to far enemies, and that goes up to 20% with rank 3. Far enemies are roughly, I think it's 4 foundation. So if you're building your camp, the size of foundation, it's like 4 of those. Scoped weapons have a 50% more range when aiming. That is, scoped up. Oh man, it's hard to tell what's happening here. So scoped up, that's what we're looking at. This was Rifleman Expert. Your scoped weapons now have 50% more range when aiming. Point cost increase from 1 to 2. Remove ranks 2 and 3. Smart Shot, old name Rifleman Master, not Mast, Master. Deal plus 25% weak spot damage while aiming a scoped weapon. Point cost increase from 1 to 3, and there's only 1 rank of that card. Remove ranks 2 and 3. Sniper, gain improved control and hold your breath 75% longer while aiming scopes. And this is just a 1-point card. Now they got rid of 2 and 3. Long Shot, your scope weapons have 30% more range and accuracy while aiming. Remove ranks 2 and 3, so another one. So if you actually take all of the scope damage perks, that give you, or not scope, the scope range perks that give you more damage while aiming, those are all, are they added? Let's see. As near as I could tell, I think are they additive? No, they're multiplicative. They're multiplicative is what they were. Let's see here. We've got Fast Fighter. So the old name was Commando Expert. Your movement speed bonus is applied to your reload speed. Point cost increased from 1 to 2. Now this was bugged on the PTS, and it was giving a crazy fast reload speeds. I'm not sure if that'll carry over or not, but this was not, I mean, it was like a 2-point card, but it can actually do a lot. If you whatever speed, like if you have Speed Demon, you have a movement speed bonus, and it would increase your reload based on that. So it was actually pretty good on the PTS for some guns. Number Cruncher, the old name was Commando Master. Weapon damage is increased by the AP cost. So this is a 3-point card. They got rid of 2 and 3. It's a one rank, but it's 3 points, and it's a 2%. It doesn't actually say. Okay, so you get 2% more damage per AP cost. So say you have a weapon that has an AP cost of 30, that'll be 60% more damage. So pretty nice for non-VATS builds. You can do a lot more damage with stuff. In VATS, probably not. If you're making something VATS efficient, it's probably not worth using. Ground Pounder, rank 1, your small guns reload 10% faster, better hip fire. That goes up to 30% with better at rank 3. So here's the thing about Ground Pounder. Now it's small guns. Before it was just rifles. So now it's pistols, rifles, and shotguns. So there's actually a lot of reload speed stuff going on. Skeet Shooter, small guns have improved accuracy and spread. So this is small guns rather than shotguns. And it is just a 1-rank card. I think it's just a 1-point card as well. Easy Target, this was Shotgunner. Plus 25% range damage to cripple targets at rank 1. At rank 3, that is plus 75% range damage to cripple targets. This is a pretty nice perk if you're going for a cripple build, because your damage, once you cripple a target, which becomes pretty easy, you can actually really crank up the damage. Love the spread. This was the Shotgunner Expert perk. Weapons that fire 3 or more projectiles gain 30% range, which is pretty nice for shotguns. Maximum range goes from 72 up to 93, so that's pretty nice. Point cost, so it's a 2-point card. Shotgun Champ, this was Shotgunner Master. Each projectile your weapon fires increases your damage against cripple targets by 10%. So if you think about a shotgun that has 8 projectiles, once you cripple a target, you all of a sudden do 80% more damage with this perk. Definitely worth it. It's 3 points. Definitely worth it if you're running a shotgunner. Scatter Shot, rank 1. It is a 2-point card. 20% of the damage dealt to a limb is applied to all limbs on your target. This makes crippling stuff, especially if you have all the other limb damage cards. Crippling stuff in one shot is pretty common if you don't outright kill it, depending on the enemy. Oh, you unlocked the last 3-star. Congrats, that's nice. Goat Leg, take no damage from falling. So this goes from a rank 2 card to a rank 1 card. And I think it was 80% with rank 2 before. Now it's just no damage. So 1-point card, no damage from falling. So that's nice. Blood Sacrifice, using AP and VATS now consumes HP instead at 150% more cost. 100%, is it more cost? 150% more cost? Oh, that's at rank 1. At rank 4, it's 50% more cost. Oh, okay, there we go. So if you want to use your health instead of your AP when you're VATS, that's a thing. I personally have never come up with a use case for this, but it's there. So I'm missing something, I guess. Nerd Rage reduced to a single rank, now costs 2 points at rank 1. Remove the damage resist effect. So rank 1, while your health is low, gain increased damage and AP regen. So no more damage resist, but it just gives you more damage and more AP regen. Legendary mods. Wow, we're just, I guess, is never ending. Is that 20% spread across the other limbs? No, it's 20%. So say you're doing 100 damage to the head. Say you're shooting the head and you're doing 100 damage. That means you can do 20 damage to each and every other limb. So yeah, it's really good. So if you do like a lot of damage, so like say you're using a Black Powder rifle against the Mirelurk Queen and you shoot her in the spouts, and you have all of these limb damage perks, you're probably going to make her immobile really, really quickly. So it's very nice. Conductors. All right, here we go. Legendary mods conductors. Critical hits restore 10 health and action points instantly, and 100 more over 5 seconds for player and teammates within a 100-foot radius. So the way this used to work was it was just a flat 5% of your health and AP instantly, and now it's 10, just a flat 10, and then the rest is over time. This is definitely weaker. It's still a good perk. It's just weaker. Nocturnal, the new effect, weapon damage. Let's see. Oh, Nocturnal, new effects. Plus 50% damage while cloaked. And when you're cloaked, as soon as you shoot, don't you become uncloaked? Or does that not work that way? I'm thinking of the mutation from the mutate events. Anyway, so yes. So if you have it on a weapon, 50% damage while you're cloaked. Armor, it gives you plus 4 perception and agility while cloaked. Bloodied. Increased peak damage bonus from 95 to 130%. Bullies changed to plus 25% damage per crippled limb the target has. See, this could actually be a good, and this doesn't say anything about VATS, right? So this could actually be a pretty good, wow. Yeah, you could put bullies on something like a black powder rifle, because those, yeah. I could see you could do really insane damage with all of the limb stuff. Anyway, junkies increase the limit from 50% to 100%, which means you need 10 addictions to get the maximum amount. Resilient now increases all resistances by 500 when reloading. I mean, that would be good for like a berserker weapon, I guess. I think. Yes, Kara. Yeah, all we need is something new to shoot at, right? Two-shot, increased damage buff from 25% to 75%. And if you couple this with the increased base damage we got on weapons, it's a significant increase. Like Gunther's Big Iron, at least for me, was doing double damage what I was doing on live. Stalkers has been changed. Now it increases sneak attack damage by 100%. I think it should be more than that, actually, because it's still not... Because it only increases the sneak attack portion of the damage, so it's not like you're doing... Yeah, it's good, but I don't know that I would use it. Mutants increase the limit from 25 to 50%. Gourmands increase the limit from 24 to 40%. Weird numbers. VATS optimized, increased bonus from 25 to 35%. And I think the reason they did this was because of the fact that making a weapon automatic no longer reduces the AP cost. Instigating, plus 50% damage against targets above 60% health. Juggernauts now scales based on your HP directly, not a percentage. Increase cap to 100% damage at 1,000 HP. So if you have 750 HP, you're going to do plus 75% damage. I actually like this change. Pinpointers change to plus 20% weak spot damage. Does two-shot on shotgun increase pellets? It does, but only by 1. And so when I was trying it on the PTS, because in live, the way it would increase it by 1, and that was all it did. On the PTS, it was actually increasing the pellet count by 1, but it was also increasing the damage on every pellet. So it was actually giving you the two-shot, like the extra damage that you're supposed to get instead of just like 1 extra pellet. So it gives you 1 more pellet, but all the pellets do more damage as well. So two-shot was actually pretty decent on shotguns. Let's see, mutations. Adrenal reaction now grants plus 5% damage per kill. 6.25% with strange in numbers. So this is like the kill streak, and this caps out at 10 kills, even though it doesn't say that. So without strange in numbers, you can get up to 50% more damage, or 62.5 with strange in numbers. I think they changed VATS optimized, so VATS weapons benefit even less from that one perk where it gives you more damage for higher AP. Maybe it might have been a combination, but I think the big reason they did that was because of the fact that things like the handmade and the fixer are no longer getting an AP cost savings when they make it automatic. Because before, I mean, I think that's the main reason, but it could also be because of that as well. Workbench. We're getting there. Workbench. Move the following into the heavy guns group at the weapon workbench. Gauss minigun, plasma caster, Tesla cannon. Move fusion core from chemistry bench to the tanker bench. You can now repair items at 100% health if you have the correct perks. Yeah, that's yeah. So what that means, because there's a perk, weapon. Well, there's 2 of them. There's weapon artisan and there's fix it good, which would let you repair items on the workbench to 200% condition, but they needed to be below 100% condition to be able to do that. That's no longer going to be the case. If a weapon is over 100% condition, you'll still be able to repair it at the workbench to make it 200%. And the main reason for that would be the polish mod. But also, I think it has to be below the threshold of the improved repair kits. So because that's what I was seeing when I was trying to repair stuff. So the improved repair kit puts your weapon condition at 160% is what it is. It has to be below that, at least what I was seeing. So between 100 and 160, you need to be able to be in that range, and then you can do the 200% repair. If it's over that, I wasn't able to do it. So gameplay added a setting to change quick heal priority. Yeah, this will basically just let you use the least. It's like the least or the most. So basically you can toggle if you always want to use super stims, no matter what you have in your inventory, this will let you set that. If you always want to use like the weakest one, it'll do that. Also, don't repair your weapons to 225 for polished work. Max is 200. Yeah, you can't go to 220. Can you even get I don't think you can get to 225. Is that a thing? Anyway, accessibility, re-enable text to so text to speech and speech to text are going to be working. All right, have fun with it. Armor and outfits. The Liberty Prime silent mode helmet now properly suppresses noise. Fix an issue where the Vault-Tec yellow hazmat suit was missing its face visor. Fix an issue with the nuclear waste backpack flare having broken textures. Fix an issue where the Chinese stealth helmet clips when placed on male and female mannequins. Fix an issue where the Holiday Bell outfit would clip behind player under certain conditions. Fix an issue where the escaped patient outfit clips when placed on female mannequins. Fix an issue where the Blue Ridge Scout outfit clips when placed on female mannequins. Fix an issue that prevented players from making Switchback, V63 Deep Space, Heartbreaker, and Dark Star versions of the Union Power Armor Jetpack if they learn the Union Power Armor Jetpack from a recipe. Fix an issue where the Feral Meter was not visible when in Power Armor. Fix an issue where Power Armor was grayed out and the Pip-Boy when in disguise was equipped for ghoul players. Yeah, because you can still get into Power Armor if you're wearing a disguise, right? I think. Apparel is properly equipped back on ghoul characters when removing the disguise. Okay, that's good. Now, if they would just get rid of the disguise, it'd be even better. Oh, you can. Oh, so it does repair to 225? Really? All right. You just subscribed more to X City. Well, I appreciate that. Camp and Workshop updated the Apothecary Sign Build mode preview to match its built item appearance. Blah. Fix an issue where a concrete extractor power wire now correctly hooks to the power connector. Updated the potted succulent build mode preview to match its built item appearance. Toxic Tinctures Chemistry Station now allows items to be placed onto it. Fix an issue where the Wasteland Wealth door did not have sound effects when opening or closing. Updated the description of the Radiation Glove Box to include its effects. The tip jar stash box no longer collides with items placed on top of it. All Nuka-Cola rockets now play the correct sound when destroyed. Fix an issue where a slime cake in a camp or workshop could not be built if you already have a birthday cake built. Oh, okay, so you can have both. That's nice. Fix an issue where the pavilion walls could not be destroyed. Fix an issue where the Enclave Repair Collectron could be incorrectly built at other players' camps. Fix an issue where the audio played by the Cosmic Capture continued after you stopped playing. I've got the plan. I haven't built one of those yet. Fix an issue where it could be difficult to place items on Ohio River Adventure dock objects. Fixed an issue causing some items to appear in the incorrect camp category. Now, what we really need is a build menu overhaul. Fixed issues with Fetch, Junkyard Dog, and Red Rocket Collectrons reverting to default resource collection type. Additionally, the Red Rocket Collectron now correctly supports newer resource types newer resource types after auto parts. There's a lot of words. Fix an issue where Big Fred's trailer could not be removed from some camps. Fixed an issue where the door from Fort Fortress Bundle was no longer accessible and couldn't be built, removed, or repaired. Dev note: a green variant of the Fort Fortress door has been added. Now players with this door will have both the base and green variant. They're both named appropriately. Explosions and projectiles from player camp turrets should no longer damage another player's camp items if not PvP flagged against each other. Wood performance stage can now be placed on various terrains and player-made structures. Fix an issue where the Toxic Tinctures Chemistry Station would not correctly play its sound effects while characters were in proximity. A lot of words. Need a search. Yeah, it needs an overhaul. The whole thing needs an overhaul. Miscellaneous fixes. All right. Updated missing Spanish localizations in the crafting menu. Fix an issue with missing French localization. Okay, fix the multiple typos in the help menu. All right. Scrap kits will no longer move legendary mod boxes to the stash box. Mr. Handy fuel tanks will now count toward daily and weekly challenge collect a fuel tank or gas canister. Nice. Fix an issue where non-perishable food could be placed in the cryo freezer. Why would you do that? Nuka Orange in-game labels now match its artwork. Seasonings are now back to spawning correctly in the brown house. Get to cooking. Fix an issue that causes the ghoulification load screen to appear in Atlantic City's loading screen. Fix an issue where the eagle tattoo would not display on masculine bodies for ghouls. Resuming from suspend on PlayStation 4 and 5 no longer results in backed up audio playback. Fix an issue where smooth ghoul females could have wounds mirrored on their temple. Smooth ghoul, all right. Frag grenades and mine explosions no longer have delayed bright flash. Players not on a team can now correctly practice cannibalism to those who are. Fixed issue where ghoul players may sometimes appear as default appearance characters on load. Toxic water can no longer be mistakenly bought from the vendor at the Skyline Valley Trading Post. Fixed issue where pumpkin pie and carnival pie food items did not count for herbivores. Oh, okay. So Pumpkin, okay. Fix an issue where the Nukashine player icon was no longer available to players. Fix an issue where there was no audio on the player title tab of the Pip-Boy. Was there supposed to be audio there? I don't know. Daily Ops now properly displays legendary cores as a reward. Wait, what? What? Legendary core? What are they talking about? Legendary cores are not, they're gone. Yeah, so when you want more in your fortress. What does this mean? It now properly displays legend. Why would you get legendary cores? That's not a thing anymore. It's in the description? I don't understand. Why would it ever show? I don't know. I've gone. Like, that's not a thing. Like, that's not a thing. I don't know what this is at all. So whatever. Fix an issue where the Scrap Rat and Canteen mods did not change the name of the backpack after being applied. Fixed an issue where the Scrap backpack excluded some junk items from weight reduction benefits. Yeah, Scrap Rat was only working, I think it was, or was that fixed already? What I'm thinking of, because I know at one point it wasn't counting stuff that, unless it was already broken down. But yeah, I guess maybe there's other things that weren't counted. I don't know. I've never used that perk or that mod. When is the hot fix for the we need a fix for the notes. Perk cards. Fix an issue where the evasive perk fly out animation would activate when a player takes damage from environmental hazards. Fix an issue with ghoul perk cards missing their glowing green outline and scorch marks. Updated the description for the breathe and in perk to correctly display that it can be up to 0 rad resistance. Bomb scientist should now correctly work on only grenades. Bomb scientist now properly drains glow upon use of grenade weapon. Rad specialist Pip-Boy description now contains accurate effects. Updated our sense of humor with new jokes on the perk bubblegum packs. That's funny. Fix an issue with radioactive strength applying incorrectly to automatic melee weapons. Oh, there we go. That's going to make some people unhappy. Quests. Fix an issues where players may get stuck needing to talk to Pennington during Wayward Souls. I don't think I've ever had that, luckily. UI. Fixed an issue where the text for items in the workbench that do not produce materials were misaligned. Fixed an issue where entry titles would lose color when scrolling up and down the help menu. Let's see. We'll just assume this is all fixed an issue. Gumball machine planter build mode thumbnail was incorrectly zoomed in. Motorcycle build mode icon misaligned. Rip roof build mode icon misaligned. Apothecary sign build misaligned. So this is basically a bunch of typos they fixed. Back button could skip sections after selecting outfits option on the armor workbench. Glowing robot fashion out mask was missing its description. Let's see. Debug text could appear above the favorites wheel when changing favorites. Let's see. Some item stat tables would overlap when viewing. Enemy health bars had a sliver of health left if the health bar when they died. Seen that. Items and workbenches could have zoomed in preview. Explosive mod damage is now added as a modifier on the base damage display of weapons in the Pip-Boy. All right, that's back. I mean, that was there for a while and then we were missing it. So yeah. Fix an issue where vendor history button was visible in the pet's customization menu. Interesting. Weapons. Fix an issue where players were not able to repair the V63 carbine at the workbench. Oh, maybe this is why, because when I was talking about before, when I couldn't repair a weapon because the condition was too high, this is the weapon I was trying on. So discard everything I was saying before. Maybe it was just because I was using the wrong weapon. Lucky piece paint for the pepper shaker will now correctly change the name of the weapon after being applied. Fixed an issue with effects not animating on the Gauss shotgun. I wonder if that means you're getting fixed an issue with effects not animating. I'm not sure what that means. I wonder if that's being stuck in the whatever. Nuke and arc paint for the pump action shotgun will now correctly change the name of the weapon after being applied. Woo! Yeah, fix an issue on the patch notes. Well, there's all kinds of issues with like formatting and what is happening? What is going on here? All right, there we go. That was crazy. I hovered over a thing and it popped up and legendary cores. Legendary cores are back. That's the big news to today. Yeah, I made it. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know if I'm assuming the servers are not, I mean, there's still people here. So, well, it was spell check. It was a content check. It was, cause I'm pretty sure the fixer missing from the sneak damage thing or the critical damage was an error as well. And the formatting was just bananas. It just fell apart really quickly. But at least we have the patch notes. Better than waiting all day. So yeah, server's still down. All right. Well, awesome. Well, we got through this. That only took me, what was that? An hour? Over an hour. That's long patch notes. Over an hour for patch notes. That's a lot of reading. So yes. Well, everyone, good luck out there. Have fun with the first, day redoing all your perks and whatever, and enjoy the fishing. But yes, I am going to call it good here. Oh, hey, Bex, kind of late. Yep, you got here just in time for me to say goodbye. So yes, everyone, have a good rest of the day. Enjoy the update, and I will be back on Friday with a live stream. So yeah, everyone have a good rest of your day and a good rest of your week.